there, let's take a look at industry and agriculture during the golden age of the Weimar Republic. Firstly, agriculture. Germany lost 15% of its pre-war agricultural production. Despite government efforts, there was little growth in German agriculture after 1924. The various problems were poor weather, global production and tariffs all damaged farming. There were severe price drops in 1925 to 26 for grain. In 1928, farmers demonstrated about foreclosures and low prices. Demonstrations often became riots. Agricultural prices fell sharply between 1927 and 1929. By 1929, German agricultural output was less than 75% of 1913 levels. The need for agricultural modernisation. Food imports were too low for German farmers to compete. Farmers needed to modernise, to improve productivity and invest in machinery like tractors. Farmers that did so saw improved productivity, but rural employment fell. Also, many farmers borrowed to invest in them. Then, when price fell, went into debt. The agricultural policies of the government were subsidies to farmers, which increased government expenditure, and protectionist tariffs on imports to increase the price of food from other countries. This helped German farmers but hurt consumers. So, recapping that, the problems in agriculture in Weimar, Germany, there were several price drops in 1925 to 26 for grain. In 1928, farmers demonstrated about foreclosures and low prices. Agricultural prices fell between 1927 and 1929. And by 1929, German agricultural output was less than 75% of 1913 levels. Food imports were too low for German farmers to compete. They needed to modernise, improve productivity and invest in machinery like what? Tractors is one example of investing in machinery. Let's have a look at industry in Weimar, Germany. Following hyperinflation, German industry began to recover, but not all major industrial companies supported the Weimar Republic. German industry grew overall, but not steadily. There was rationalisation, which is making industry more efficient, and cartelisation, which is merging large firms into giant cartels, such as ID, Farben, and Krupp AG. After the inflationary early 1920s, demand for goods fell, leading to bankruptcies. The fall in bank lending after shocks contributed to this. Bankruptcies also increased because inefficient firms' costs were too high. Firms that could afford loans rationalised with new technologies to cut costs. Wages were the largest cost, so firms also saved money by laying off workers, but unemployment did not fall. Real wages grew every year after 1924, in 1977 by 9%, in 1928 by 12%. Key industrial companies were IG Farben, which is formed by 5 of Germany's largest chemical companies merging. Krupp AG was one of Germany's most important employers. Its owners did not support the Weimar Republic, although worked with the government. Krupp produced arms in Sweden and the Netherlands. It also secretly supplied the German army in contravention of Versailles. Industrial opposition to the Weimar Republic. Industrialist trust in the Weimar Republic was falling by the end of the 1920s. In 1928, employees in the Ruhr Ironworks dispute rejected the ruling of arbitration. Employers also succeeded in ending the 8-hour day, which was brought in by the Weimar government. Let's recap the growth of industry in Weimar, Germany. There was what process which made industry more efficient? This was rationalisation. And which process merged large firms into giant cartels? This was cartelisation. Following hyperinflation, did German industry grow overall, or did it decline overall? Correct answer is it grew overall. What was the recovery in Germany? The recovery of the German economy after World War I could begin in earnest, but Germany is very dependent on its economic competitors. Industrial production grew between 1924 and 1929, with a blip in 1926. Real wages and living standards grew for those in employment. Overall economic production was slightly up on pre-war levels by 1929. By 1929, exports were increasing. But there were also people consider there to be economic failures. Unemployment rose with a spike in 1926, and it did not fall below 6%. Bankruptcies rose from 5,700 in 1924 to 31,000 in 18 months, from 1925 to 1927. Germany's main competitors, the UK, France, and the USA, all grew more than Germany, and imports generally stayed above exports, except for 1926. So, let's recap that. What were the economic failures in trade in Weimar, Germany from 1924 to 1929? Germany's main competitors, the UK, France, and the USA, grew more than Germany. Imports generally stayed above exports, except for in 1926. What was the relationship between workers and employment in Weimar Germany between 1924 and 1929? Wages were the largest cost. Firms saved money by laying off workers. Unemployment did not fall. And real wages grew every year after 1924. Which factors damaged farming in Weimar Germany? There was global production, poor weather, and tariffs. Industrial production in Germany grew between 1924 to 1929, but in which year was there a blip? This was in 1926.